Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the next hearing. This is episode 1 of the series on media, legal journalism. In episode 1, we're going to discuss the rise and fall of legal journalism. Let's start. Imagine a courtroom. The tension in the air is thick. The judge is about to make a ruling that will change someone's life forever. But wait, there's another court in session. A courtroom where there is no gavel, no judge, no jury, yet the verdicts in this court are just as final. That courtroom is the media. It is a place where guilt or innocence is decided without ever hearing a defense. And that is most alarming part. It's all happening before the actual court proceedings begin. What we are witnessing today is not only the fall of impartiality, but the rise of media-driven trials. And the question we all need to ask is this how we want justice to work? In the beginning, legal journalism had one simple role: to inform. The media's job was to report facts, offer insights, and provide a platform for the public to understand complex legal processes. At its core, legal journalism was about transparency and accountability. It was there to inform the masses. It was there to inform the masses about legal principles, emerging case law, and the outcome of important trials. This was journalism's role as an educational tool in democracy. In fact, in many ways, the press acted as a watchdog, ensuring that no one, not even those in power, were above the law. But over time, that role has eroded. Now, journalism is no longer a neutral reporter of facts. It's about a narrative machine, shaping stories with selective facts and often just one goal in mind: to drive attention, generate clicks, and build ratings. The question we must ask: what happened to the neutral, fact-based journalism? Let's break this down. In today's world, news isn't about providing the full story. It's about creating a compelling narrative. That shift is particularly evident in legal journalism. Instead of reporting the facts, the media now often focuses on the drama, the scandal, and the emotional element. The result: what we are seeing are sensationalized stories that grab attention rather than accurately portraying the facts. Instead of serving justice, legal journalism is serving ratings. Take, for example, the famous case of Jessica Lal murder trial. The case became a nationwide sensation, not because of the facts or the legal arguments, but because of the personalities involved, the political connections, and the media's ability to create a scandal around it. News outlets were less interested in the legal nuances and more focused on amplifying the story to attract viewers, turning the case into a media circus. But there is a darker side to this. Sensationalism sells, and that's why media outlets are often driven by corporate interests. Let's face it, outrage is profitable. The more controversy, the more attention. And the more attention, the more revenue for the media outlets. It's a cycle feeds itself. But at what cost? Newsrooms are now governed by ratings and profits. When legal cases are covered, it's not about understanding the law or getting the facts straight. It's about making a story click-worthy. Legal cases involving celebrities, politicians, and high-profile individuals are often the most sensationalized, but because they generate the most profit. The question we need to ask is, are we willing to allow justice to be shaped by what sells instead of what's true? This isn't just an academic concern. The business of legal journalism has turned into an economic model where controversy is the king. Think about it. The media thrives on scandal, and the more scandalous, the more they can charge advertisers. The more ads they sell, the more money they make. The result: the truth takes a backseat to what's going to make money. And in the process, the public perception of legal cases is shaped by media outlets rather than by the actual facts of the law. Let's consider a practical example: the Aarushi Talwar case. The media played a massive role in shaping the narrative of this tragic event. They didn't focus on legal complexities or the procedural aspects of the investigation. Instead, they turned it into a melodrama, sensationalizing the accusations, presenting the family as suspects, and creating a trial by media atmosphere. Was this journalism, or was it exploitation? The role of the media doesn't stop at sensationalism. The real issue lies in how these media-driven trials impact actual legal proceedings. In some instances, Media trials have the power to influence public opinion to such an extent that they affect the jury pool, sway legal decisions, and ultimately the outcome of cases. Take, for instance, the Salman Khan hit and run case. Media coverage of the case was relentless, making it impossible for the accused to be viewed impartially. The coverage went beyond the court's proceedings and into the court of public opinion, where guilt was often presumed. Such a dynamic doesn't just affect the case at hand, it damages the integrity of the entire judicial system. One of the most disturbing consequences of media trials is the destruction of individuals' reputations. A person can be publicly tried and convicted by the media long before they even step into a courtroom. Think about the stress, anxiety, and public condemnation someone must endure after being convicted in the court of public opinion. Consider the case of Kuvathal, a person who faced intense media scrutiny due to accusations of corruption. The media had convicted him before the investigation had even begun, leaving him to deal with the repercussions even though he was later acquitted. The personal toll on the accused is unimaginable. What the media has now is immense power, the ability to shape public perception, to amplify scandals, and to create narratives that impact the legal system is something that cannot be ignored. The way a case is covered in the media can influence whether someone is believed to be guilty or innocent, long before the actual trial begins. While the press should be the protector of democracy, we must ask ourselves, has the media become jury, judge, and executioner? Is this really the kind of legal system we want, where the truth is no longer enough, but only the most sensationalized version of the story prevails? Here's the reality. Legal journalism is not just about delivering facts. It's about holding the powerful accountable. But what happens when the media itself becomes part of the machinery of power? When the pursuit of ratings and sensationalism overshadows truth, the very fabric of the justice is threatened. I urge you as consumers of news to ask yourself, how much do I trust what I'm seeing on the TV? Are we getting the full story, or are we just being given the version that makes the most noise? The time has come to demand more from our media, to call for accountability, for unbiased reporting, and for the truth to be heard above the noise. Let's change the narrative. Share this video, comment your thoughts below, and let's continue this conversation. Media trials must end, and it starts with us. Do join us in episode 2 of this series.